Welcome to Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. I'm your host, Lady D Denise Gomez Green, inviting you to join me each week for real conversations, powerful stories, and uplifting perspectives that shine a light on voices from the community and the diaspora. Kick off your week with the Monday Drive from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Dive deep on Thursdays with Center Stage from 6 to 8 p.m. And ease into your weekend with Saturday Morning Runnings every Saturday at 10 a.m. Catch Voices with Lady D on YouTube, Caribbean Vibes Radio Network online and YouTube, and Fit FM 96.7 in Stuart Castle, Trelawney, Jamaica, or tune in on Linkage Radio online. So lock in, turn it up, and remember, every voice has power. This is Voices with Lady D. Celebrate the heartbeat of Caribbean culture with Saturday Morning Runnings. Join us on Saturday at 10 a.m. on YouTube as we showcase the vibrant heritage of Jamaica and the wider Caribbean with four incredible women, Sherns, Max, Jackie, and yours truly, Lady D. From powerful stories to cultural traditions, we're bringing the flavor, rhythm, and excellence of the Caribbean straight to you. It's more than a show. It's a celebration of the roots and traditions that inspire and unite us. Subscribe to Voices with Lady D on YouTube and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn to stay connected. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. it's Saturday Morning Runnings. Come feel the vibes. Saturday Morning Runnings, where Caribbean heritage comes alive.
Minister Patrick Tyson and Brother Claver Shrouter, in collaboration with Sister Lemuel Hunt, presents A Taste of Heaven on Earth Part 2 on Saturday, September 13th, 2025, to be held at the Bronxwood International Church of God, located at 3232 Lurton Avenue in the Bronx. Featuring Minister Judith Gale, Minister O'Shane Mays from out of Jamaica, Minister Claver Shrouter, Minister Dwight Shrouter, Brother Tajay Nichols, aka Singer Wayne, and Sister Shakira. Tickets adults $40, children $25. Doors open at 5 p.m. Showtime 6 p.m. sharp. Your MCs for the evening will be yours truly, Minister Patrick Tyson and Lady D. A part of the proceeds from this event will go to Bronxwood International Church of God Carpet Project. This event is sponsored by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant. For tickets and more information, you can contact Minister Tyson at 347-961-6785 or Minister Claver Shrouter at 914-336-0623.
Ready for real talk and powerful conversations? Then subscribe to Voices with Lady D on YouTube, where culture meets commentary and the diaspora speaks loud and clear. Don't just scroll. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and tap the bell so you never miss a moment. From laughter to legacy, it's all happening here. Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. Hey Trelawney, it's Lady D, reaching you straight from New York with love. Catch me every week on Fit FM 96.7 in Stuart Castle, Duncan's Trelawney, Jamaica. It's Voices with Lady D on Linkage Radio, streaming live on YouTube. Join me Monday for the Monday Drive from 5 to 7 p.m. and Friday for Center Stage from 5 to 7 p.m. And me just want to know who under the mango tree with them iPhone, iPad, and transistor radio, because trust me, You can't afford to miss the show. Music vibes and real talk every time. Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. Stay locked in. Trelawney, me love no bad. Hey everybody, it's your girl Lady D. I'm inviting you, yes you, to join me on Saturday, September 13 at the Bronxwood International Church of God for a taste of heaven on earth, part 2. We've got Bishop Manados Smith, Pastor Judith Gale, Tajay Nicole, Imani Tyson, O'Shane Mays, and a whole heap more. One stage, one night. Your worship. Doors open at 5. We start at 6 sharp. Tickets just $40. Come experience your taste of heaven right here on earth.
Good morning, everyone. This is your co-producer in the background here, getting ready for the Saturday morning running shows. It's going to be an awesome show. Well, hello to the host.
Hello, good morning, everyone. It is 2 minutes and counting to the kickoff of this morning's show. And our topic today, Jamaican politics with a twist. Broom, peace, sign, and a big sound box. Oh, remember them days there?
So, yeah, well, Labour Right or you're a socialist? Which one?
Huh?
You're Labour Right or a socialist? I mean, rather, are you JLP or
I'm
PNP?
a Jamaican.
Okay, I see.
Look at my attire.
I see. Looking great,
so
great.
where them days they're gone, when there were fun times during the political campaigns between the two parties, the Jamaica Labour Party and the People's National Party. And as Jamaicans, you know, we're thinking how things are going. We see them on social media, and they're in their caps, and them are in the motorcade, in the fancy vehicle them, yes,
man.
Pricey too, as well as the times when I saw my family go out a door and a sweep when the opposing party are passed with them broom.
Oh, wow.
It promises to be a great conversation.
That must have been really fun.
Yes, it was. So see you all in a few. Log on at Voices with Lady D on YouTube.
Thank you.
Boom, peace sign, and big sound box. When them days there, Jamaica politics back in the day, Lord, it was like a street dance and campaign fever. PNP comrades run out with broom in them hand, sweeping out the green them. The JLP them a shout, power to the people, coined by Michael Manley himself. JLP crew, peace sign high, campaign colors pan fence, bicycle, even donkey cart repping Eddie Siaga vibes. And who could forget them famous lines? Saltfish as shingle house, a 4 proverbs promising prosperity, and no bastard, no day again, delivered by PJ Patterson during the PNP's 75th anniversary speech, echoing the cause for equal rights. From tone criers to sound system, rattling your windows to people who only come for curry goat, politics did sweet. But today, the bandwagon vibes replaced by flashy motorcades, branded merch, non-stop live stream, social media blitz, and billboard slogans. So me ask you, what is the driving force behind Jamaica politics today? Link up with me, Saturday morning runnings, where culture meets conversation, this Saturday at 10 a.m. live on Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power on YouTube. See you then.
Missy. Morning.
Good
Morning.
morning.
Morning. How is
Morning, comrades. Howdy.
Howdy doody do.
it? Yeah. Yes, sir. So
Ooh,
Sharon,
Already.
we ready. We ready. Morning, morning,
ready,
morning.
London.
How are you, ladies?
I am doing
I am a little under the
fabulous.
weather.
No mind. Sharon, I saw you backstage there moving around a lot.
Yeah, me having issues.
Some that's all right. So you hold the fort. Hold the fort.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'd like to say morning to everyone. Welcome to the show. It is Saturday morning runnings where culture meets conversation right here on Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. And we want to say we are Jamaicans. So no matter who want trip we up this morning, we're Jamaicans and we're here to talk about the good old days of campaign life in Jamaica between the Jamaica
Yes,
Labour Party and the People's National Party. Many of us in our communities saw the vibe, the hype, the runnings. And over the years, it has evolved into other things, some of which we'll mention, but we need to go back to the good old days because it was fun. And
yes,
the being fun meant that you could have a laborite and a comrade as neighbors, and me mean to say them would have just teased one another and
yes,
nothing
but in a good way.
yes, nothing came of it. There
It's
was
it's what we call true word. You true word.
Yes,
and
You
I
true word
quite
cross
remember
so.
the fence.
yeah man, and I remember which the Jamaica Labour Party, as we know, they chose their color scheme for green, and the People's National Party, PNP, orange. So
Yes.
even today, my blood further, Sharon's Sharon's real orange. Okay, yes, ma'am. But
But our
even
clothes
today,
green.
yeah, but
Me the
even
on two
today,
side.
yes.
Yeah, both it.
Me a boaty.
If my cousin Callie is on, so you must know. But morning, everybody. So you know, you would have fun, man. And it was a great period of our lives until it
Yes,
Yeah.
changed, right? It changed years later, and we wonder why. But of course, we are here not to talk about
technology.
politics today. We're talking about how campaign used to run, what
Yes.
people used to do, and how no, it's seriously in this script. You hear it. You the think so campaign a one big stage show.
Yes, that's how it's
Mm-hmm.
appeared in the
Well,
past. That's true.
granted they had artists who would come and sing up them tune and thing, but hey,
Yes.
the sound system was the thing. So we want to talk about it and we want your full participation this morning. So hey, Jamaican politics, broom. So those of you who can grab your broom, peace sign. If you want to hold up a peace sign and the big sound box, or you want to hold up your fist, me no know, whatever it is. Oh dear Lord. Sharon,
Lord, Christ, we have our bell.
up with the bell. I
Don't
like
forget
to
the
say,
bell, you
Stand
know.
up, Jamaica,
I
when you
love
hear
the
the bell.
props. I love the props, Sharon, and the set pieces in place. So hey, so where them days they're gone? That's what we're asking, and how you feel about it. So we want to welcome everybody to the show this morning. Co-producer is here. I asked him if he wanted to actually come live with us, but he will drop in intermittently in his Jamaica t-shirt. In there.
Okay.
Mhm. So welcome, welcome everyone. So let's do the shout outs quick, ladies, so we can get maximize on our time. You see Andrea here, so no, sir. So in the ad that we just did, saying that the show was gonna go live, announcing this. I husband a trip me up, about which side me on. I say I'm Jamaican. Say Andrea put up, oh, that is what I am. I am like, oh Lord. Love the scarf. Thank you, thank you. Co-producers is here. Them did I give a curry goat. We only get flour. So
Never get no curry
we
goat.
can't say anything. Too many
Never
people
ever
make
see the goat.
politics part friendship. Mhm. Good morning,
Yes.
Cal. My cousin is in England, so it's 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3:30 there now. More after
No.
evening, afternoon, Callie, evening the same house. Yes, when we were talking a while ago. Yeah, says back then at work, some workers got into hot arguments, and that is true.
Yes,
But
that's
at
true.
least nobody never knocked nobody over their head with a pan. So good morning. Good morning. So we want to start off nice and vibesy. And I thought, but no, maybe we shouldn't drop that yet. No, we won't drop that yet, right, producer, co-producer? No, we won't. So we'll get into the conversation. We have stuff, you have to do your thing in the back. So, but we won't drop those yet. So morning, morning, Max Sherns. We miss Jax. She did say, so I'm apologizing on her behalf that she won't be
Yeah.
able to make it this morning. But be sure Jackie would have something to tell me from Free Hill.
Should I forgive with the free hill approach?
Yes, yes. And Cal is on. So, Cal, you'll be able to help me out with the penance piece of it. I wish all my cousin Wayne would be on because he is a historian. But yes, so morning. So, ladies, in your communities, before me get over to penance, what was it like? And for everyone tuning in this morning, please share the link with someone, or you can just tell them to log on to YouTube and type in at voices. So I'm going to drop that in. Co-producer, can you drop that in the chat for us? Yes, at voices with Lady D, and they'll catch us fast. So
Mm-hmm.
tell us, ladies, starting off with you, and please, ladies and gentlemen, post what it was like during back in the day when campaign are gone, because September 3rd is going to be the Jamaica general elections, and the 18th, which is this coming Tuesday, is nomination day. So, you used to see your candidates walk with them people and go from house to house and thing.
The house.
And, I tell people, go vote, go vote, go vote. So, who wants to kick off first? What it was like in your community back in the day?
Well, I can recall in my district, they had some little shadow meetings, leaders, so-called people who take on the role of leadership in the district. And they would have this meeting. Mostly it was most of the PNP that did that in my district. The guy that did that, sadly, he was shot and killed about 2 years ago. But he was one of them who had PNP meeting. Every Sunday they would gather at the crossroad or at the shop Pizza in my little district and have their like a local meeting. But I remember distinctly with the PNP party, the Terry Gillette. I don't know if you guys remember Terry Gillette.
Yeah.
He was running in St. Mary. And he would go through the district closer to the election and go from house to house. I mean, they couldn't even drive because our road wasn't even made for driving really too much. Our little off the main road street. And he would go from house to house and sit down. I remember he came into my grandmother's kitchen, sit on a little pier or a little low bench, just to talk her into voting for PNP. And my parents and my family members, they were all JLP. So, my mother had a hard time convincing my grandmother or anybody in my family. I don't think they were convinced anyway, but that was how it happens mainly. Another observation I made during that time too, they would do a lot of flyers, which they don't do now. They would make flyers, and the JLP flyers would be green writing on white paper, of course. It was all green. And the PNP would make there with orange writing. So when you pick up a flyer, without even reading it, you can see the colors and know which is which.
And their logo.
And their logo. And the motorcades would go around the district. I remember I went to a school called Excel, the Junior Academy. It was like a private school, more like a secondary private school. And we wore green uniform, green bottom, green skirt, and white top. And they said, we have hell when the PNP them a pass and we a walk. They would throw the flyers and teas and carrot. Yes, they put on a scene, not to hurt or anything. But they
Yes.
would throw wood and carry on, as Shirley said, they throw wood and carry on. And vice versa. I went to a high school that were red bottom
Oh
and white
boy.
top, and it was the same thing. When the
Mm-hmm.
GLP passed around, they would give us hell. Throw the
Mm-hmm.
fly and carry on, and labor right and ball out and paint and carry on. So, I had a little bit of experience there myself in my district, and of course in the adjoining when I went to school. So that was my
Mm-hmm.
experience. Another thing I remember too is that they would hand out flour and salt fish and the milk powder, trying to convince you to vote for them. I don't even know which party did that, but I know they did that.
Mm-hmm.
They handed out the milk powder and the flour and cornmeal, and in some cases, you might get a little piece of salt fish if you're lucky. Yes, I recall all of that growing
Love
up.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So Sharon's,
Yeah.
what you
Yeah,
say
well,
about?
it was a semblance of what Max is saying. In my district, you would have meetings, and the two parties would have, like in my district, there was one very prominent lady. As a matter of fact, honestly, I never knew what her name was. We just call her Miss Lady.
No.
And Miss
Okay.
Lady was Miss Lady was the prominent PNP supporter. She would be on the bandwagon. Her voice, she was kind of like Portia Simpson. She was a large presence, whenever she's around, And she was
Mm-hmm.
very involved in everything. And unfortunately, for years, she was like the front runner for the PNP side. You had the JLP side, and they had their meetings. We had a little basic school, which is the one I went to, Edwards Basic School, and they would keep meetings. They would take turns having meetings in the district there. But they used to have trucks, the open back trucks that would drive
Mm-hmm.
through with the
Mm-hmm.
banners and the music and all the camaraderie and the raucous, you know, singing. Because whether or not you can sing, that's your
Yeah,
time to
man.
shine. So
Yeah.
you would be on
Yes.
the bandwagon. And this lady, she actually had she lost one of her eyes on one of them
Mm-mm.
bandwagon trucks.
Hmm.
Wow.
I think someone threw something, and she lost one of her eyes, but it never deterred her. She was just like so involved, and she was one of the grassroots type of people. And
Mm-hmm.
then, of course, you had eating. You had a lot of eating. And our eating, or the eating then, because I was a child, it used to be major eatings. A curry goat and manish water. It was major.
Mm-hmm.
They would of course give out like flour and little care packages, but
Yes.
always there was a big manish water, curry goat, eating chicken and all that type of stuff. So that draw whichever side could
Proud.
produce or provide more of that stuff. They drew the biggest crowds at the time,
Yes,
you
please.
know? And then I recall I was having my daughter right in election time in 1986. I was in active labor, and I was in the hospital, and it so happened that the candidate at the time was in a community. Well, co-producer will know, Pit 4. Pit 4 is one of the communities like right outside of Montego Bay, or right within Montego Bay. Pit 4. That
Mm-hmm.
that candidate was up here. They say you're stamping. Down in Jamaica, we say you're canvassing. They're
Okay.
canvassing in that area, and there was gonna be like a big party, and they was doing the curry goat and all that. And trust me, I'm in active labor myself and other mothers, and all the nurses could talk about was what was happening. The nurses, them,
Can't
instead
Oh
of
concentrate.
Lord.
yes, I
Uh-huh.
remember. And it's not like now here, where your husband can come with you, hold your hand and all. The
Mm-hmm.
husband had, once you get to the door that says labor and delivery, the husband had to stay behind outside, and you're inside. And I remember I was sitting on a chair, and I'd been in labor for many, many hours. I think I had been in labor for like 10, 12 hours at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh
I'm
Lord.
dying. yeah, and the triage nurse, you their work, they're giving you workup, they're giving you, your pressure check and all. And
Right.
her and this other nurse, like four of them was just all into the politics, talking about who go where and trying to see who gonna go get them some food to bring back. And we were there in lib, and then one of the mothers said, the mother was really crying. And the nurse said, what you crying for? What you
Oh
crying for?
dear.
The woman was like, they are talking about politics and we are in need of,
Mm-hmm.
attention.
Attention.
But
Yes.
yeah, but it was a big election season and the whole canvassing was going on and the nurses them was all caught up in the fever to the
Mm-hmm.
to all, not to the detriment, because they did take care of us, but they never hid the fact that there were more, so involved and immersed in the happenings that, they were overlooking some of us.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's good. So them die-hearted. And I guess it was the spirit of the
Yeah,
campaign.
man. Yeah, because what
Mhm.
it was, it was the person who was running who was actually making an appearance. It
Mhm.
wasn't like the representatives of the party. It was the actual. I think it was Siaga at the time, or whoever. I think it was Siaga, but that he was actually gonna be in pitch for, or he was there. So
Mhm.
it was like pitch fever because it's the actual person.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when the leader of the party is showing up,
Yeah,
people
man, was
just get
party
crazy.
leader.
Oh, sit
Yeah.
in.
Yes. When
Mhm.
the MPs they show up, that it's not so significant, but when the actual leader comes in,
Yeah,
that's
man,
a different
a
story.
big thing. Everybody
Yes.
run out.
Everything
Everybody
turn up.
run out in them
Everything
colors.
turn up. Yeah.
Yeah, whether you are knock pad cover,
Yeah.
are you are ring your bell, are
All
you are
fun.
do your yes, are you are wave, whatever you are wave, but you're out there and it's fever pitch, man, fever pitch.
So Sharon's,
Yes,
here is
ma'am.
here's a post. You should have called the child labor.
No, sir. No. My mother already had her name picked out. I could not defer or waver away from that name. My daughter is the first grandchild, so my mother not even give her father the chance to say name the child. She said, "This my first. I'm
Mm.
naming the child. This is the name." So I could not even
You
think
had
about
no
it.
part to play. You had no part.
No.
So
Yeah,
morning,
I
Jan.
understand. Yeah.
Here is Mrs. Janet Clark West. She says, "Morning, ladies. I am a born PNP. My best friend Nadine that passed, she was JLP, but it never stopped us from being good friends." See what we're talking about?
Yes, that's how
Yeah,
it
I
should
used to
be.
like how she said she's a born JLP. What
Mhm.
I are a born PNP rather. That's what was the norm back then. It was like
Yes.
generational. You
Mhm.
hardly had
Yes.
people crossing party lines.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
whatever your because with me, whatever your grandparents were, automatically that's what you also were. It coming like say you inherit the party.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes. It's
I
true.
mean, not you, Max. I
Yes,
can't.
yes.
Yes,
I
it's true.
can't. Yeah, I can't say it didn't happen where people cross party lines, but I don't know of anybody crossing party lines. Once this
And,
set of
and
people is dubbed PNP or JLP, that's it for life. It's a lifetime membership you
A
have.
label is a lifetime label.
until you're married to the opposite party.
Not true. And then you have to
Yes.
start out.
Yes, you have to start to over.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I grew up in a JLP situation, community then. Because as I said, my mother, my grandmother, my uncle, those are the people around me, and they were all laborers or JLP. And when I get married to Nam, it was a different story. Him had some convincing to do.
Oh,
Because his
Lord.
family, his entire family, they're all PNP. They kept meetings. His daddy
Yes.
was a staunch PNP. He afforded and allowed people to keep meetings at the shop
Oh.
because they have a grocery shop and the meetings were held in front of the shop. And when they come to have meetings there, everything has to clean as speak as span and in order. Nobody can come to cuss no bottle and carry on
Mhm.
because the meeting was going to be held there and the leader of the party or whoever's going to be there, everything had to be in,
The
on
place,
par,
man.
on spot, in
Yes.
place. So there was strict PNP and they still are. This whole family. So just imagine a JLP married to a PNP, how that work?
But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something now. Because yes, we are in
Yes.
election year, right? We are in election year.
Mm-hmm.
I have a brother-in-law who passed away in January, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we went down for the funeral. And they were not
Yes.
having, he was larger than life. He was a huge PNP person. And
Yes.
what you call it now? It was a whole 2 day affair. The funeral was a whole 2 day affair because they had a whole
Wow.
first day with all tributes and all. And so we were told not to wear like black and white on that day, the tribute day. They were like, wear colors. But then it was specified that nobody should wear green.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
I didn't pick it up at the time. I mean, I said weird because I personally like green. Outside of any party thing, I like green.
Politics. Me
And
too.
I was saying to myself, woman didn't want nobody wear green from before we even got there. And then when we got there, I said to somebody, what's up with the no green? And the person said, Lord, you remember say my PNP and all the comrades and all, you
Oh
Okay.
can't
dear.
wear no green. And me say, oh, that's what it is. Because I could not, and this was just January of this year, just the other day, call it, couple months back.
Yeah.
So they were like, wear any
Mm-hmm.
color, but nobody know wear no green. And I'm like, okay.
Hey, so you just
So
roll with it. No man, you have some real die-hearted
Yes.
labor rights and comrades. No,
yes.
so I got into penance when I was 7. I got there during Christmas time. But what I remember is the following morning, because we got there at nighttime, I went out on the veranda, and when I looked, there was a huge billboard right at our side of our garden area. Big something with this handsome looking man on it. And when I looked,
Mm-hmm.
I said, but he's the same person who is on a poster inside of the house.
Okay.
Yes. So it was my grand uncle. He was MP at the time for North Central Clarendon for the PNP. So
Okay.
he's my grandmother's brother, Robert Sons.
Okay.
And
Oh,
so I realize after their days now, and you get the feel of these people because we're just meeting them. And so it turned out, I mean, my family, like you saying, Sharons, so we just grow up and you just adopt
Right.
yeah.
this party, but you don't really even know the history of properly. You just know, say, this
Exactly.
party. And if anybody say anything, you get all riled up, as we would say.
You have to defend
Personal.
it.
You have to defend.
Yes. Yes.
You have to defend.
Yes.
You don't know no history, and
Yes.
for most of us,
Yeah. Know the
that is
detail.
how
Yes.
we ended up holding an allegiance to
Yes.
what
Via
either
parent.
But I mean, both parties had their talking points. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Both parties had their talking points, and nobody could talk each other down because you're going to hold what you hold, and the
yes,
other side gonna
Yes.
hold what they
what
hold.
they
So
They
hold.
you
hold.
know,
Yes.
Absolutely. But it
The
was,
it
conflict
was
will
just
go on.
words
Yeah.
tossing back and forth.
and I remember now one particular year, I can't recall which year that was, when there was going to be an election. I mean to say, for me, host just a buzz with excitement because, of course, with family is a MP, and you just hear people in the community, whether you're labor or comrade, everybody
Talk
who
up the things
sometimes
them.
people are pass with gate and you see them, and a tease kind of thing. And my uncle,
Yes.
Me have one uncle that run outside when somebody a push up for them peace sign. He run outside, man, and push up
Put
the
in
fist.
face.
It was amazing. And then, they just tease each other, and it not really come to nothing serious. I mean, what
Yes.
there's a lady in the community, Miss You, can't sing for save her life. But she would be passing in one of them green GMC. You remember them kind of army looking vehicle?
Vehicle, yes.
Yes. And Sharon's having a bit of a
Issues,
difficulty.
yeah.
She'll be back. But I remember Miss You would be in that vehicle, man, and with the town crier, and she on her mic, and she a sing our labor song and a pass by and Uncle Jim and me Auntie May and all of them run out who no have fists. Uncle Jim grabbed the broom. So it's from that I learned about the broom concept
But the
here.
broom, yes.
Yeah, man, and he
Yes.
grabbed a broom and one piece of sweeping.
Three people.
Oh, Lord of mercy. But it was so nice. And then, you little in the back, and you just take it in. And you're not sure if you feel hold up fists or what either.
I what? Yes.
Hell,
You just love, we just
you
love the
don't reach
excitement back
April
then.
yet, but you just love the
Yeah.
excitement and all of
Yes.
that. So, we are saying, hey, having had those experience, us and many who are watching us this morning, because Janet says, I like green too, but only since I live here. Janet, you know what,
Yeah.
Dad? Yeah.
But you know what too, as Max had mentioned before, in Montego Bay we have a high school called Harrison Memorial. And their uniform
Mhm.
is green and white. And may I tell you,
Yes.
during election time, and it was ignorance because those children could not
Yes.
vote. But during election time, they got a lot of I don't even know what the word name. I can't say backlash or attacks, but they were kind of
Teasing.
ridiculed.
Because of the
Yes.
color of
Yes.
their
We were.
uniform.
Because of the
Because of
color
the color of our
uniform,
uniform.
as
Yes.
if they can do any different.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They couldn't do any different because of but that was their uniform color. And the poor kids them at Harrison Memorial, man, they had a hard time of it because of all
Yes.
the true word, the true inner words, as
Yes,
they would
yes.
say.
And they have
Because you
nothing to do with it. You see that?
nothing. And then you remember when
Nothing.
PNP had the slogan and said, "We are high up,
We are
Yes. I remember
high
the
up.
high up. Yes.
we are high up." No, 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 no. So how you go? Wait. No. PNP had under heavy manners.
Banners.
We
Yes,
have you under
ma'am.
heavy
And
manners. So
JLP have
then the
high up.
JLP
And
now
JLP have high up. Yes.
come and say high up. So after a while, then I said, "What? You are high up?" Because you
I
don't
even
want to be
remember walking home.
under.
You see how people stay. So we
Yes.
want
Yes.
to,
I
yeah,
remember
man.
walking home from school, in the same green uniform. So I go excel that. And a PNP barrack motorcade was passing. And they threw out a whole pile of flyer on us,
Mm-hmm.
just because of our uniform. They just grab a whole bunch and throw it in the land all over way.
So, I mean,
Man,
what was that
Because
supposed
we're
to
wearing
do?
green. Because
exactly.
we're wearing green uniform. And I thought that when I look back, I think that was just so silly.
Very.
But here the thing.
Because
So
I
be
did mention,
thankful.
Shani, we had nothing to do about that.
Not a thing. But here
Because
what?
I can't even vote neither. I'm not too young.
They know that. They know
But
that.
you see, boy, may I tell you, because the whole political scene has changed, and we know that. But
Mm-hmm.
you are talking about how they just threw flyers at you guys. Years
Yes.
later, I live in Kingston, and coming from church one Friday evening, youth meeting, because our youth colors were black and red, and
Yes.
and it was during campaign time, and we're coming right by Bob Marley's statue there, so, and walking by, and a bus was coming, and we heard um bell ring and all kind of something and thing. And we're not paying any attention. I am telling you, somebody from one of the buses threw a bottle. I just felt something like, and I heard like a slight chip against my glasses right here.
Wow.
If I had stepped up an inch more, the whole of the side of my face.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So be thankful that it was only flyer and we had
Flyers,
nothing
yeah.
to do with it. So you see how things have changed about
Yeah.
colors and all them stuff. Let's say morning to Marie. You gave us a story the other day. We thank you. Morning. She said, "Good morning, everyone. Politics in Jamaica was serious at times. There were many garrison communities the one party could not go into. 1980 was the
Yeah.
worst election ever, and we remember that, Mrs.
Mm-hmm.
We remember that one so well. Good
This thing
morning
there.
to my. I came from a strictly laborite household. Oh Lord. You hold on. So let me go back up because I think I jumped something. But welcome everyone. It's Saturday morning runnings, Jamaican politics from Broom, Peace Sign, and Big Sound Box.
Yes.
Where them days the day. Because I'm telling you, when you put out, when the sound man them put out them sound system and a drop tune,
And
So
be a dancing.
the joke about the
It's a
drop
girl street dance.
wait, the joke about the drop tune, is that if the labor right them a play for them song, you hear the comrade them a sing it to, and a dance. And vice versa.
Because you see,
Music doesn't know
music,
politics.
yeah, music is the great unifier,
I'm telling you.
Yes.
No
So
matter
much.
what, it take you down.
Yes. So
Yes. It
Janet
does.
had made a comment and she said, I like green too, but only since I live here. Everyone says, well, Janet Clark, you should be an MP.
Well,
Good morning, my niece Minty. Good to see you. Eval says, I remember being on the truck back with the casket figure buried the labor right there.
yeah, they used to have
I'm
that
telling
too.
you.
They used to have
Yeah,
that.
they
Yeah.
were very detailed. Yeah, I remember
Oh
that too.
dear, dear,
Detailed.
dear. Oh dear.
They would
So
Never
drive,
got
they
no.
would drive round, yeah, and the more singing and
yes,
waving and all of that stuff.
Max, I went to Harrison Memorial. As a Seventh-day Adventist, we were very righteous and couldn't even cuss the labor right then. Oh, Lord.
So
So we want you to stick and stay with us because we have to drop something here. We have to drop something. We have to drop something.
All right.
Yeah, man. And when we drop, we drop. So stay with us, everybody. No go nowhere, no go nowhere, no go. Oopsie. No go nowhere. Here we go. Where you there? Where you there? Where you there? Okay. Here we go.
My father Banya, my father Banya, my grandmother Banya, my grandmother Banya, Ayana Ibanya, Ayana Ibanya, my leader Banya, my leader Banya. That's why I not live ya. No, I not live ya. He gave I a message to all those people who no love,
Progress. All right now.
who no
I
love
know.
progress. Say to do them with land lease.
Aye.
Say to do them with land lease. Let the do them with the pioneer war. Do them with the pioneer war. Do them with Jamal. Do them with Jamal. Then you do them with free education. Do them with free education. upon you. My need upon you. So help me God, I not leave ya. No, I not leave ya. Me a sat down with discipline. And every manners.
Right.
Me in a the struggle too. Me in a the struggle too. No bastard, no day again. No bastard, no day again. Everyone laugh. Oh, everyone laugh. To them with the Cuban school. To them with the Cuban school. Then you took them with the micro dance. Took them with the micro dance.
That's a lot of joking.
Took them with the basic school.
Telling me.
Took them with the basic school.
And then they will full of wall.
Yeah.
Took them with posing. Took them with posing. Then you took them with the impact program.
Yes, sir.
Took them with the impact program. We have them under manners. We have them under manners.
Heavy, heavy.
Every manners.
Yes, sir.
Every manners. Oh, we have them under manners.
Miss say. So that's a song that Neville. What's his name again? Neville Martin. I saw him years later in Mount Vernon. There was an event in Mount Vernon, and he was there singing this song.
Wow.
What?
Yes, and I'm like, "What you?"
But it's so funny. Me and Ralph was singing this. We were singing this to the best of our recollection last night. Because
Okay.
when I did the promo, and he said, "Oh, what y'all talking about?" And I said, "Politics." We started up that song.
Yes, yes.
Because that song was a lick out against Siaga at the time.
Yes.
Touting all this stuff. Yeah, man, there was touting all this stuff Michael Manley had done, and the fact that Siaga is from Massachusetts, as a matter of fact. I think he came from. Yeah.
There you go.
So
Eval is saying, so Sharon, did you know the mayor of Montego Bay back then, Leonard Gordon, was from my district, Tower Hill? Hey.
well, I could not have known that, but that's good to hear.
Yeah, when we had a good people, we never so much. We were just into the excited part of politics, really. We never delved into the details of who is who and what is what. We were more into the excited part, the music, the food, the flyer showing, the truck moving around in the district with people. We were more into that part of it more than the details.
Yes,
right.
So to speak.
That is true. So Sharon, Michael Manley was a joker. Lord.
Oh yes. It was a lot of joking. There was joking. There was being joked with all kind of his accomplishments.
Yes.
Yeah, man. All the joke them with Jamal and all them something there. Remember when Jamal and all those programs came in and people were benefiting from it and all that stuff. So he had done a lot. He had done a lot.
Yes, I remember that Jamal story, that Jamal part of it distinctly. Owing to the fact that my grandmother, may her soul rest in peace, she could not read. And the same primary school that I went to, that's where they held the Jamal classes. So I would go home from school in the evenings, and then I would have to accompany her back to the Jamal class, the same school where I come from, And I would help the people who could not write and read to help them to write and help them to read. I was like a little teacher in there at the time. I helped them out,
Yes.
And I felt proud that I could help my grandmother. I felt really proud doing that.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
And it's interesting that we're talking about Jamal, because Eval mentioned that he met someone recently who, young person at the time, had put himself through Jamal and, moved up years later and so on. A lot of people were so embarrassed. They didn't want anybody to know that they were illiterate. And so they didn't take up the opportunity, but quite a few people. And I remember seeing people, sit down. Jan says her mom went. There you go. Yeah. And I remember seeing people though pass the gate, and some of them would be telling mama, my grandmother, that them a go a class now. Because they had the class down by the center, as we call it, the community center.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
they provide back then they provided books that you could write in. So it was like a one of those flat thin cover book, but you could
yes.
fill in the blanks. And you could
Mm-hmm.
learn to write your name. My name is, and you'd write your name, I live at, and you'd put the where you live and stuff like that. Which
Yes,
were
I think
simple
yes.
things, but to me they were very significant. Because my poor
Yes.
grandmother could not read nor write. And I think it did help her with a little of the writing more than even the reading. But thank God she had me to do on her behalf. And I was very, very proud. I always remember that moment when I would go to the classes and help out. It was
Yes.
something big for me. Come here, like a picnic, but me feel like me a big woman that time.
You help teach people to read. Sure.
You saw
You
me
see
talk
that?
about people who are much
Yes,
older than
yes.
you. Yeah.
Yes. So here Marie says, good clean music, pointing out the party's accomplishments. I like it. Marie, you knew of this song or you didn't know of it? Yeah, man, but this was a big thing, and most households had, well, if you never had one record changer, or you actually had, a stereo to
Yes.
play your LP or your 45s and stuff. Um, but yeah, it was there were good times. We apologize. Sharon's is having some glitches with her device this morning, hence, why she was removed from the platform. But we want to say good morning, Jamaica Politics there, and not to go political, but enough accomplishment from my party. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Morning, Herman. May we'll
Good
be
morning.
watching for a short while. Thank you. Herman, you can share with us. We're talking about the good old days of political campaigning in Jamaica. Remember the broom? You remember the sound system, you remember the fist or this peace sign, two finger to this date, still
At
a
the
go,
bell.
or the bell. Um, and these political meetings, like they have them now. I
Yes.
remember I cherished, I don't know what happened to it today, but I remember there was a campaign one year and my aunties and uncles went, and they were right up front and they were captured in the photograph, black and white.
Yes.
They were captured in the photograph, and for a long time I held that little magazine that they had put out, because every now and again I would go and flip the page and look at Uncle Jim and Auntie Joy, and you just see them staring up at whoever it was on this platform at the time, and they captured them, and that you could see everybody's eyes were just fixed, and like they were being empowered, given hope. Something was happening
Right.
in that space at the time. And I would just go back and look at it every now and again to see them and how they grew up and so on. So of course, yours truly never been to no party meeting nor none of that.
No, I mean,
Me never me never got there because we were still young and my grandmother would never have it. If she couldn't
yeah, I've never
allow
been to any either, but
if
I
she
just know
didn't
that they
allow
happen.
me if she didn't allow me to just go do the little dance down at the center, a political.
A part of a politician,
Yes, Lord Jesus. No man.
Oh,
Um,
Lord.
in political Owen. Oh, hey Owen. Morning. In political affiliation was serious then. Okay. So Herman,
Yes,
share your
that's true.
story, man, where you remember back in the day. But I just want to say, hey, it's so important for us to just go back in time because that's really what Saturday morning runnings is about. We reminisce a
Yeah.
lot,
Yes.
and we also tying our topics to topical issues, because again, for those of you who don't know, when the Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness announced the nomination day and election day, I mean, it was
Election.
one big uproar out there in a halfway tree. I didn't see it live, but I went
I
back and
watched it after.
and
Me too.
even in today's day, as we're talking about how they're not doing some of the things that we remember. But, with social media, we live in a different age. So they're able to have marketing campaigns using the social media platforms. And what I
Right.
realize is that no matter where you are in the world, you can make your own decision about what you think a party is doing and where you think they have shortfalls and how they need
Right.
improve. So that's why we are in the diaspora are able to have conversations and say, hey, we're not seeing this. We may not live there, and as they use the term, on the ground, but from
Mm-hmm.
newscasts and all those things, you know, um, we realize that campaigning now, and most of you, if you didn't see it, and I'm just gonna flip it for you, so just in case you just came in and you did not see the promo, I think we should drop promo where you say Sherns. We should drop
Drop it
promo.
there.
Yes.
We should drop promo so you get a feel of the conversation
What
this
the
is like.
subject is.
Boom, peace sign, and big sound box. When them days there, Jamaica politics back in the day. Lord, it was like a street dance and campaign fever. PNP comrades run out with broom in a them hand, sweeping out the green them. The JLP them a shout, power to the people, coined by Michael Manley himself. JLP crew, peace sign high, campaign colors palm fence, bicycle, even donkey cart repping Eddie Siaga vibes. And who could forget them famous lines? Saltfish as shingle house, a 4 proverbs promising prosperity, and no bastard, no day again, delivered by PJ Patterson during the PNP 75th anniversary speech, echoing the cause for equal rights. From tone criers to sound system, rattling your windows to people who only come for curry goat, politics did sweet. But today, the bandwagon vibes replaced by flashy motorcades, branded merch, non-stop live stream, social media blitz, and billboard slogans. So me ask you, what is the driving force behind Jamaica politics today? Link up with me, Saturday Morning Runnings, where culture meets conversation, this Saturday at 10 a.m. live on Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power on YouTube. See you then.
Well, see there,
Well done.
it says it all.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know what I observed? And I felt like taking pics, and I should have. They have like in the more, well, like in the marketplaces, and the smaller streets, like on the light posts, they have nice posters,
Mhm.
and what I liked was that they were very tasteful. And you had multiple posters, you had like PNP posters, JLP posters in the same area,
Yes.
which initially I was like, wow, we have come a long way, because it used to be that wouldn't be a thing,
Mhm.
Right.
but then I saw
You
light
could rip
posts
them
with
off.
both. Yeah, man, and we have like some old cotton trees and so on sprinkled around the city and around the area, and they would be emblazed on all of these big trees, and of course they have their colors and all that, and the representatives come up with their colors. But I like the fact that they were all together at the same place, and they were very tasteful,
Yes,
you know
yes.
Right.
Yeah, they
So,
were very.
so
I mean, I didn't know any of the people that are now, vying for positions, but I thought it was very, very tasteful in conjunction with what used to be back in the day. Because back in the day, that wasn't a thing. You
oh,
know. Yeah.
No. One
Mm-hmm.
posted with a PNP and one for JP. You never see both flyers on the same
No,
post.
man, they had them. And I almost took pictures. I don't know why I didn't. I felt like taking
yeah.
pictures because on one of them that caught my attention, it's a young lady. She looked like, when I say young lady, like, I don't know, she could be 40s, 50s, I don't know. But it says baby girl will deliver. And I was like, baby girl will deliver. And she's a PNP person. And then they
Mhm.
start putting,
Okay.
all what she stands for and her
Right.
accomplishments. It's a very tasteful picture of her, you know?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes.
So
So
I
you
thought that
see,
Yeah,
was
they make it nice
nice.
and pretty.
right. So
But
you
Yeah.
one of the subject, the part that I want to touch on is back then in our time, because during my time we never had television, never have electricity. We had battery radio. Yes, that's what I
mhm.
said. Battery
your
radio.
your
So at
transistor
the end,
one.
the transistor or whatever. At the
Yes.
end of election
Ever
day,
round
we'd
here
all
put up
sit.
him hand. Ever put up him
Yes,
hand. You're not
yes,
alone.
put up your hand and let me see it. We would all sit around in the living room to listen for the winner. So we'd sit down up all night and listen politics. So we'd put the radio in the middle and we all would gather around on the floor, my grandmother and my cousins. Or something,
Mhm.
my uncle would come by to, or we'd all sit down and listen to hear who win each part of the St. Mary era won and who win the general election in general, the winner. So that was another significant part that we all look forward to, because it's like after you prepare all this meat and this food and you cook it, now you want to enjoy it because everything is over and done. So now this is the end result, and we all tune in to listen. Battery are dead, and we
Yeah.
have to stop the radio, put in new
W-
battery to
Wait
continue to
them, Max.
listen.
Max, hold on a little bit. What I was gonna piggyback and say is that there were times when our batteries we knew it wouldn't hold out. So what we
Yes,
would do is we would put them in the sun. We
Oh.
would
Lord,
we would recharge them the whole day. So the whole day you had to deprive yourself from hearing
of
anything on
radio
the radio because you're preserving it for the night.
Lord
And then
gee.
for
and
the
then
night. Yes,
yeah, and then my grandparents would then put the radio on top of the cabinet. Because when we're in the
so it's
living
high
room,
up.
you just want it to be in a central location where everybody could hear it. What about the
Everybody
knock
can
it
hear it.
over? Right, so I was on top of the cabinet for all to sit around and listen. And you have your little mug
Yes,
of tea, your little chocolate, piece of
yes,
bread, two crackers,
umbrella.
because you are stay up. Or piece of pudding where granny bake. Cause you have to catch a little hungry,
Yeah.
a little peckish at the night there.
Yes,
Yeah.
my grandma was saying, we go buy bulla and butter and mix
No, but
milk, and she used
my
to love
granny,
it.
my granny was a baker man. Should have rocks up a cornmeal pudding or a cassava pone in known
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
So
But we
funny.
had
Yes.
to have something to eat. Yes. Even if you had to go to school the next morning,
Yes.
you stay up late, because
So
you want to hear who win.
this
And
Right.
part two no.
Yeah,
Nah.
man. Talk up the things, sir. That's true,
yes,
man.
we are talking about the things
Not
then.
true, not
And
true.
but the what?
I see, man.
Yes.
Yes,
Burbage. We say
but yeah,
burbage.
everyone knows all of this. Yes.
Of course, we
But the
know all right,
the
man.
worst part now is the next morning when the result come at night, and the next morning you say your party win and your neighbor party your party
Win.
lose and your neighbor party win. You're
A
not chat
serious
to your
thing, man.
neighbor, you vex up.
That's
Yes.
true, man. That's true.
You're
Everybody
vexed.
mouth like when the
I mean, we
party
were
lose.
kids, so
Yeah. It was fun, though. It was all fun.
yeah, my
Yes,
grandmother used to say, because my grandfather and all his brothers, he had like four brothers and all their children, and so every one of them was JLP. Our
Oh,
neighbor
Lord.
was PNP, and it was an extended family. It was a large extended family we lived next to. And over the years, whichever side win, my grandmother always squashed all the arguments by saying, well, it's two horses on the track. Two of them are run, one must win. That's all she used
yes,
to say, no matter which side.
but
Once she said
yes,
that, she don't know, she not argue, she not say nothing, she done with that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But,
yes,
it was really fun because back then, I remember, we never had no TV. So we all
right.
got around the radio. Or we would go to the square with a cousin
Yeah.
in the shop, you know. And I remember like Leonard Gordon was the mayor campaigning as councillor back then. So it was
Yeah.
really the entertainment was out of the shop in front of the shop square, you
Mhm.
know.
Right.
That's how it
Right.
was, yeah. But then when I move into Kingston now, I may really get political, and I will disclose that Michael Manley was in then, and we would ride from Kingston to Mobile, and all along the way with the casket, the coffin, but on the chopper,
Uh-huh.
So that is to bury the party.
bury the labor, no, bury the
Bury the
labor at
party,
them,
yes.
the labor at them. Yes, but it was fun, and so it brings me now to ask, what do people are they having fun campaigning now? Or, but as Sharon, you were saying about the posters, that's interesting. But are they having fun? Anybody,
Mhm.
is it still, excitement, or is it really gotten political where you miss the fun part of stuff?
I think they are still
From
having
what
fun
I
based on what I watch.
uh-huh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Based on what
Yeah,
I
man, they're
watch.
still having fun. It's
Yeah.
mhm.
Oh,
Go
so
ahead,
what
Sharon.
happened? There's a delay
Go
on
ahead,
both
man.
your ends. Yeah.
Okay, so what
Yeah.
I was about to say is the fact that when I watched the campaign I watched last week, the Grand Gala with the JLP, it seemed well put together, well organized, and seemed fun to me. Another
Mm.
observation I made, which might not be relevant to fun here, but was the fact that there had a lot of females. There were a lot of women in politics now.
Yeah, I
That's an
noticed that.
observation I
Correct.
made. Back
Yeah.
in our time, Sharon's and ladies, as you might know, and ever too. Back in our days, it was mostly men. These positions and MPs were mostly men.
Yes.
Yes,
The women
absolutely.
were far fetched. There was one and two in between, but it was covered by men. But now a lot of women are into politics, and I
Mm.
love that. I love to see women in leadership. No disrespect to the men, but I
Of
love
course.
that idea.
Well, I always love the woman in charge, so no problem, right, Lady D?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And speaking of women, though, I saw Lisa Hanna the other day, and are there more women coming out like her? Anybody?
Well, there are women in the party who are holding their own and they're
Mm.
intelligent. You have attorneys in the parties, and they are commanding their space. And when they
yes,
talk, people listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it has
yes,
changed. In terms of the actual campaigning portion of it, though, yes, they still go around and do their motorcades and so on. They still do their meetings. And the only difference is that
No casket?
no, we not think them do casket again. Me-
No, man,
no.
that would be a little bit severe in this climate.
Yeah,
yes. I know.
yeah. No,
I
them
don't
not
think it would
doing that
argue
no
too
more.
well now.
Yeah.
But yes, they brand up them shirts and thing. They have their different paraphernalia where them use, whether it's from vuvuzela to flags to hat to mug to the usual. They
Yeah.
s- they
Yes,
do, they still do. But the difference, which is what is making each party's um manifestos and so on more visible and aware, is social media.
Yeah.
media.
So whether somebody
Yes,
misspoke
Yeah.
that's true.
whether somebody
Mhm.
misspoke on a microphone, call out to, as would I say, clot or something where they say wrong. you know. Hey, and the nation beat them, and the people overseas beat them for it. But still, you are in the throes of knowing what's going on. And I find that for some people, hey, if you were a die-hearted comrade or laborite from back in the day, some of those people still hold steadfast to
Yes,
Just the party.
the party.
Yeah.
So
yes,
even
like
if
my husband
something good
does.
are gone, if something good are gone,
I
they
still
not
criticize
they
it.
really not give it props because
No.
something may be happening in their community that just bother them.
Yeah.
And so they're not seeing anything that is positive that is happening. So those things we are also seeing. Without
Yes.
social media, we wouldn't be aware of who or trace who on either side because somebody
Absolutely.
not fix the road or one community not have water from when, and many of us can speak to that, you know. So in the campaigning aspect of it, um, there are promises. They
Yes,
always
Yeah.
promise.
as always. As
They
always.
always promise. Them promise them a go give you house. Them a go give you light. Them a go fix the road, water, shingle your house with salt.
No, but
That's
you know
true.
what? I think um us in the diaspora, we need to not just take a back seat and say, well, me not there, me not know what go on. I think, you know, with the advancement of our the availability of social media and all that stuff, you can become involved in some way, shape, or form, you
Yes,
know.
true,
Mm-hmm.
And
true.
and
Yeah.
and
Yes.
and there is no we not get no big ups to you who are sit down and I say, me not know what go on down there. If you go on social media, that's where all the campaigning is going on. You go on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, you can literally
Yeah,
be an
man.
Instagram or one of them. Yeah, man,
Mm-hmm.
for an extended
That's
period of
true.
time, you find out who is who, what is what, what's going on, where, and all of that stuff. So, you know, pay attention to
Mm-hmm.
what's going
Yes,
on there,
yes, because
because even if
there
you're
are,
not there, yeah, man, you have
mhm.
And
family
then,
there and things.
yeah, but then you also have some informal um broadcasters, right?
Yes. I
You
was
have some
about
Right.
to say that.
informal
Yes.
platforms where what the mainstream media may not catch.
Miss, miss, then bring it out.
Right.
Them go around, actually go around in a community and record
Hmm.
and
And
get
capture
people's
it.
view and put it out there, and it leaves you then
Yes.
to say, oh, I have something to compare here, you know,
Yes.
and listen to
Yes.
the hard truth that people, them situation is just a burdensome, because a long time they not have this and that. And I played a clip on the show on Thursday because and that clip came out of CVM's newscast on Thursday. And
Okay.
in that newscast, they captured people who were saying what they would like to hear when the debate comes up.
Okay.
And
Mm-hmm.
there were about two women there who apparently live overseas some long time. And we're saying, hey, we come back just for vacation, and the road them still bad. This not change, that not change. So even in the campaigning, yes, they're sharing the glory pieces that they want to fulfill
Highlight.
or
Yes.
highlight, right? But and then we promise you, say yes, we know say road no fix, but give we 5 years, what have you, it'll go fix and thing. But I believe now people in communities not fool. They start holding their
These people are
representatives
accountable. Yes.
accountable. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
while them will still love the party and them a go at the campaign and them colors and thing, but them a say anyhow,
Yes.
oh no
Them
fulfill
not
what
them
you
not do
promise.
this, that are the third. That's why
Uh-huh.
now you have some people that are called crossover. They
Mhm.
used to
Yes.
be all up in one party, but if they realize that the other party is doing good stuff, they can't help themselves but acknowledge, and a lot of them are now publicly acknowledging the accomplishments of the other party that they formerly had not supported. But now they're saying, not for nothing, but we noticed said this a go on, that a go on, this happened, that happened. And
Yeah.
so they're
Absolutely.
quote unquote crossing over.
So Sharon, a lot of people are now not so more politically motivated like those of us who were back then, but are now focusing more on the accomplishments of the party. And whereas back then, whatever one party did, because you were not affiliated with them, you didn't support them. But I see now that people, maybe like myself, are looking more on what the party in power is doing for the country, rather than the
Absolutely.
political
Right,
situation.
Mhm.
Rightfully so. And
right.
that's rightfully so. Because is it about color? Is it about party? Or is it about accomplishment? That's the
Right.
question.
Right. Right. Yeah,
So
yeah,
anybody know
because
if can we vote what you call it, long distance? Anybody know
no,
that?
No.
No.
no,
We don't reach that
No,
stage
I don't
yet.
think so. No.
Okay.
no, we can't do it. We are not,
Yes, they are vote.
my voter's ID expire a long time.
Me never permitted.
I was
It's
I
funny
have
that
it.
we're
I
saying all of
actually
this
have
here.
it, I still have it. I
But you
was
can
I
vote,
was
right?
thinking of pulling it out to show, but me
No,
not
sir.
bother.
You can't show for me. You can't see me for
I
me.
don't even know if I still have mine because when I lived in Jamaica, I only voted once.
Okay.
I only got the chance to vote once when they called that snap election in '88. When
Mm-hmm.
Sierra called that snap election in '88, that was my first time I voted.
Oh
Oh.
Because
wow.
yes, my
We did
information
gone
was
already.
gathered. What they call it census. Them take up my census that same year and me did vote that same year. But before that, I never voted because I never have no census.
Right, right. But we're gonna wrap up soon. I think Sharon's
I'm not hearing. I don't know why.
yeah,
Sure,
she
freeze.
freeze. All right, we Sharon's she'll be back. Herman says, I remember seeing the motorcade passing through Linstead and singing Johnny Giles and Ben Cox mule ride him Ben Cox.
New train? Is that new train? Mac Miner, but I wonder.
Yes. Um, Marie says, I met with someone recently and started a conversation. I was taken aback at where the conversation went. 1980 atrocities in the election and his experience with death as a child.
Wow.
PTSD for him. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it was bad then.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so violent now, though.
Um, no, no.
Yeah.
There,
I
there have
don't think
been
so. And
a few,
most of the violence back then were mostly in Kingston. Most of the
yeah,
violence and killing happened in Kingston. I think the rural area, the country areas were more on the quiet side. We were more into the enjoyment than the killing and
Right.
stuff like
right.
that.
Here, Andrea is saying, I'm seeing a lot of JLP on Facebook. Oh, yes. Them a work it, missus. Them a work it.
Yeah, I see them a lot too.
Sharon's back. Welcome back, Sharon Z.
Yeah, my thing is fritzy today. It's dropping me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yvonne says, I can still vote. Oh, you can?
Yes, some people can still vote. I was actually on a call on Thursday with a Jamaican group. Many of them are in the diaspora. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the women say, "Oh, I'm going down because I'm going to vote." But she's there a lot. So
Right.
she has, she has boots on the ground and stuff. And she said she's going down to vote.
Okay. There
So
you go. Andrea says, government takes the worst picture. No, man, if you say for me, it's a black little round head.
Oh, you mean for the
Uh-huh.
ID?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Andrea says, my father was the dominant one in politics. I couldn't understand his passion. So she couldn't understand it. But I believe, we are seeing positive things happening in our nation as always. So even if, there comes a time when we feel that the burning issues that the communities have, because when we speak, we can't speak as though we are not a part of it. We're Jamaicans, and whatever is
Yes.
happening
mhm.
in Jamaica and severely affecting people, then we have to
Yeah,
feel it for them as well,
Yes.
because it's not easy to be still in this day and age, have to skip round pothole and a drop over in a bush somewhere
Mm-hmm.
because the road bad,
right.
or people have had to erect tanks, for water. When we were growing up in Penance, water lick you out a shower because we had shower. So
And when we were growing up in tower, the catch water and be in the pan on the back.
Me too. You know about the bathing. You know about the bathing for me. You know about the shower. Right, the nearest thing to shower for me was a hose over the zinc fence.
Right, sure. We never
The
had that
nearest thing to shower
privilege.
was a hose screw on
Well,
from the pipe
I
and put
had a
over the
mixture of
over the
both.
zinc.
Jesus help me.
Well, you all
I
know
had a
my
mixture of
story.
both.
Well, and the water was extremely cool back then, back when you put on the pan and
Yes.
be
Shrink you
Well,
up.
as we
Shrink
said,
you
those
up.
of us who had modern amenities are not we fault, so nobody can
Right.
beat we for it.
You know where you
And
go?
You
uh,
was just born under a different star. We know.
yeah,
Yes.
Max,
No,
you've
she
come a
born under
long.
the moon. We're bright and pretty and big.
So something like that.
You've
But
come a
you know
long
what
way,
I
baby.
observe, what I observed driving from Montego Bay to St. Elizabeth in some of the rural communities that we passed through, some areas that had potholes, there were young men out there who were mixing concrete. They mixed in some areas, they were
Punches.
dumping marl, or they were patching it up. And you had
Yes.
some of them with the shovels actively doing the patching, while you had one with a little receptacle of sorts, whether it's a hat or a little pan or a little bag, holding it
To get
out
that
to the
road.
motorist for a little contribution to their efforts.
Oh
mhm,
wow.
Awesome.
You know.
Awesome. Love that.
mhm,
And I
Yes.
thought that was really good, because in some areas, it's a little ditch kind of starting up, or a little hole here and there. But if
yeah,
no attention is given to it, they will just
It
join
gets
up, and in
bigger.
no time it's a big crater. And then you're driving
Yes.
on the banking to avoid it.
yeah,
So if
Wow.
they
yeah,
start doing stuff like that, yeah, man, it was a good. I saw it
That's
in
awesome.
multiple communities. Yeah,
Yeah.
mhm,
man, multiple communities
Yes.
they were doing it. So when I first saw them, I said, "What are they doing?" But then, the one who is a little runner would come and say, "Give us a little something so we can replenish, the concrete, or the cement, or we can buy this stuff, and we can buy a lunch." And the motorists were willingly dropping in a bill. I just drop a
mhm,
Wow, that's
bills in
That's
a
awesome.
in a,
nice.
in a them little thing. Yeah.
mhm,
Awesome.
So sometimes,
mhm.
Awesome.
we have to put our shoulders to the wheel, as they would say.
Yes, yes,
That is
Yes.
absolutely.
creative hustling, huh?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one thing I'd love to mention before I forget and before we close off. And it's regarding the both parties. Two outstanding women I just love to mention their names, and that's Portia Simpson and Babsy
Mm.
Grange. We know
Yes,
Babsy Grange is of the
yes.
JLP and Portia Simpson of the PNP, because these women are coming from way back when, and they have
Yes.
always stuck with the same party, and they have done a lot of good
Yeah.
things. You know, to me, they're
Yeah.
outstanding women that needs to be applauded.
I
You know,
agree.
Babsy Grange is still
Yeah,
doing
man,
her
they are
thing, still
stalwarts. They are
I
involved.
agree. I agree.
stalwarts.
Yes,
I
Yeah, they
agree.
are
stalwarts.
stalwarts.
That's what they are. And of course, Portia Simpson, we know that she's not doing so well, but may the Lord touch her and heal her accordingly. But I just like to have mentioned those two names because they're outstanding female politicians in
Yeah, man.
Jamaica.
I
Mhm.
second that,
Yeah,
Max. I second
Yeah.
that. Awesome, awesome.
you're
And
right.
Babs Grange remains so classy, She's well poised.
Yes,
Yeah.
she looks good.
Yes, she looks
Yes.
great. Yeah, yeah. All right. So anybody want to make a prediction who is going to win the election?
You
Anybody?
look forever like, oh yeah.
We don't
We,
know.
we don't
I
know.
think, hey, I always say I grew up in Jamaica with all the people you see on either side going to these campaigns and so on, and you have the crossovers. I wait
Hmm.
until they mark the bell or the head.
Hmm.
I don't say who with all the polls and what have you, because I know people
Oh
globally.
Lord.
Yes.
You will go to the poll and suddenly something hit you
And they say what's the head?
and
Yeah.
you
And you
just
Yeah.
change
put
your mind.
down, uh-huh. So
Yeah.
I'm not
Or,
saying a
or,
word.
or what are sometimes what you're professing and profiling as, you're not really. And when you do what you really
Uh-huh.
That's
feel
true.
like.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Because honestly,
Yes.
But you remember back
when I
in the
look,
day when our grandparents would go to vote, and they had that very red ink that took days to come
yes,
off their finger.
Mm-hmm.
fingers, yes. My grandmother
Once
used to
you
Yes.
carry a
vote,
lime. She would
And
everybody
carry a
everybody
know.
would
lime.
know say your vote. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I
How
remember
does
she
it
would
go?
carry,
Go
she
away
would carry a
blackness.
lime and they still have that ink? They still use that ink now in Jamaica?
I would
I doubt
now.
it.
It's
That
wild.
will, I wouldn't think so. If anybody
Because
know, put
back
it in
then
the
they used to
chat.
be like,
But I wouldn't think so.
I'm
okay,
curious.
Mm-mm.
well, that ink look like straw dye. It just remind me of straw dye. That's used
That
on the floor.
antiquated, man. Them can't come with people with them good fingernail and all them so they figure dip.
And it be
Me,
nice.
me remember my grandfather when he come back, he used to try to scrub it off, and I said, Lord of mercy, take me take life, take me take life. Like say, as somebody didn't kill,
My,
make your
gra-
hand full of smudge red.
By the way, everybody.
my grandmother use a lime. I should cut the lime and put the finger down in the lime to clean it off.
Okay,
Yeah, but
cool.
it
That's
was
what
still
she
a
used to
lot
use
of
the lime.
scrubbing.
So yes,
Yeah.
By
Yeah,
the
but
I
way,
did
it
my
still
research. They
wouldn't come
still
off.
use the ink.
they still use the ink.
I did my research. Yes.
By the way,
They
Oh,
still
they
use
still
the
use
ink.
the ink?
Yes.
there is voting going on in the
Lord.
chat.
Locks.
People are voting.
Oh,
JLP.
Okay.
Kali says she feel Labour win.
And Janet, the
We have
challenge
got to
that.
do a tally.
War got broke out on the chat, you
I
know.
don't know, but looking at the thing they had in Alpha Tree last week. My husband and I were watching and we were listening to the crowd. Norman said they look like they would take it again. So I don't know. I'll just wait and see.
Carol, you still have to put down. Yes, I just realized you still have to dip your finger, like it or not. So not bother do no nails on that finger that day.
Locks.
Yes, but of
All
course,
right.
we're wrapping up now. But between both parties, them put out them bill and parcel in terms of what they're going to be doing. So for the
Right.
PNP, they say, hey, these include 10 guiding pillars. Golding described the document's framework as built on 10 pillars that will drive transformative development across the island. These include justice for all, access to quality education, modern infrastructure, agriculture and food security, innovation and industry, care for the vulnerable, accountability in governance, land and housing, opportunity for youth, violence prevention, and environmental resilience. Then we go to labor.
Nice.
Labor's, oh, thank God. Hi. Okay. Hey, me if we could just so yes, we have to play the song before we wrap up. Oh, Sharon's drop off. Okay, so what they have here, Jamaica it's confirmed that its manifesto is ready and finalized following extensive consultations and careful planning. However, as of mid-August 2025, the JLP has not yet released or published it. Okay.
Okay.
But they do have their political context and strategy. Oh, Sharon's back. Let me remove this and add.
Ah,
No, mine. Coming like the week when I was having the challenges.
Yes, it
I'm telling
happens.
you.
If it's man-made, it's liable to break.
But anyhow, I wish they had done it in a list. Oh, anyhow.
We have to
Yes, so
read
we
it
have
out
to
there.
drop one thing before we go. So make we drop it because some of you may know it, some may not. We had played one before, and so here is the other one that we're gonna play for you because we know how it go.
Political songs.
Let me tell you. Oh, this is a buffer. Let's see.
Equal rights and justice is our everlasting song. Unity and progress will make our nation strong. Stand up for your rights when you hear the bell. Stand up for justice, hear the freedom bell. Remember Bustamante, he served you well. Stand up, Jamaicans, when you hear
All right. This one is for some reason I guess it all.
Very.
I guess it all. So
Oh
yes, it's
Lord.
scratch. But we just want to say, hey, thanks to everyone for tuning in with us this morning. And keep our nation in prayer so that you know all will go well, because that's what we
Yeah,
want. We want everything to go well.
absolutely.
And no matter what, we are Jamaicans. We care for our country. We want the best for our country. And when the party is announced, we hope that hands and heart will work together. Because we
That's
know
the
how
whole idea.
it usually, if something is working in one, the party in succession, them no want to go carry on the thing. Them rather go circumvent and all those things.
Redo it, yes.
Well, not
And if
necessary.
it works, it works. Yeah.
And if it works, it works. So,
Mm-hmm.
we just want to say, be well, everybody. We had a great chat this morning, and I don't know, my
Yes.
screen is frozen. You may be seeing me, so Sharon and I in the same category. Yeah, but we're back. Yeah, but I know I'm live, so I continue to speak. So, Janek says, Max,
Yeah.
don't watch the crowd. Okay. No, watch the crowd, bro. Wait till them
But what
reach.
you call that's true. I know that.
Them reach a
I
poll.
could have some PNP in there too.
Whatever him say now, Janet Clark, me switch to independent. Mhm.
Okay.
So that's so old. Yeah, she said that. I saw that. And Jan says she picked up her ID before, so she's thinking of going back down to vote. Mhm.
Okay.
So that is a
All
good thing.
right then.
It's about
Nice.
country, not party. Andrea says
Yeah.
it's the purpose of destroying the good work of any part. That is so true. So, Jamaica politics from Broom, peace sign, and big sound box and casket. But
Flyer.
the casket part, there is really sending a message.
Yes, it's
Them a
strong.
very- no, sir. So them a very- But we want to say great conversation. Thanks, Sharon, for doing promo. You fit the role. That's why I ask you this week.
Yes, you did a good job. It was really wonderful.
Yes, and we fit you into the crowd if you notice.
Me notice that too.
Yes. So we make
Yeah,
sure.
Oh
I want the
yes.
offer tree. Me, I want the offer tree. She did there. Or a crossroad.
Yes.
Lordy Jesus. But thanks to
Mm.
everyone. Oh, Lord. But thanks to everyone for tuning in today. And we're looking forward to seeing you next Saturday to do it all over again, right here on Saturday morning runnings, where, hey, we talk up the things.
Where we keep it running.
Yes, please. So blessings, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this link that you're on. Also, when you hop on to YouTube, just type in Voices with Lady D and you're dead. Just simple so your final
Mhm.
comments, ladies.
Let me just don't mind because I keep falling out, so I might just have to say goodbye here. But let's be proud Jamaicans, whether we are home or abroad. If you can vote, vote. And like somebody mentioned, vote for the country and the progress that is being made and that has been made as we go forward. And, just big up yourself and do your civic duty. Long as you are able to vote, go and vote. More power to the people. And there we go.
Max.
Remember, guys, it's for the people and by the people. It's for the people. It's for you. It's for me. It's for our children and our grandchildren. So keep the momentum. Make sure you do the right thing on the day off. Don't sit at home and say, I don't need to do it because John is going to do it on my behalf. No, it's an individual right. So go out and do your thing. Blessings and love, and make it peaceful with loads of love.
After
Yes.
all. So
Right.
So we are Kongwan Road now. So ladies, kick it
Yes.
off.
May I come go up?
May I go in? We gone
Then
in.
leave me if you do the rest, you know. But me a go
Yeah.
round, so me a go down, so me a galang up, me a go on road. And me a go down.
Yes.
So straight
Yes, and go up.
and go up. So
And
bless
go up.
And
We
go up.
all are go up.
yes.
May
So
I go up
long
and then
love.
come down?
Take it easy.
Okay.
All right.
We're out.
All
Bye.
righty. Out.
Oh,
Boom, peace sign, and big sound box. When them days there, Jamaica politics back in the day. Lord, it was like a street dance and campaign fever. PNP comrades run out with broom in a them hand, sweeping out the green them. The JLP them a shout, power to the people, coined by Michael Manley himself. JLP crew, peace sign high, campaign colors palm fence, bicycle, even donkey cart, repping Eddie Siaga vibes. And who could forget them famous lines? Saltfish as shingle house, a 4 proverbs promising prosperity, and no bastard, no day again, delivered by PJ Patterson during the PNP's 75th anniversary speech, echoing the cause for equal rights. From tone criers to sound system, rattling your windows to people who only come for curry goat, politics did sweet. But today, the bandwagon vibes replaced by flashy motorcades, branded merch, non-stop live stream, social media blitz, and billboard slogans. So me ask you, what is the driving force behind Jamaica politics today? Link up with me, Saturday Morning Runnings, where culture meets conversation, this Saturday at 10 a.m. live on Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power on YouTube. See you then.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Lady D. I'm inviting you, yes you, to join me on Saturday, September 13 at the Bronxwood International Church of God for a taste of heaven on earth, part 2. We've got Bishop Manados Smith, Pastor Judith Gale, Tajay Nicole, Imani Tyson, O'Shane Mays, and a whole heap more. One stage, one night. Your worship. Doors open at 5. We start at 6 sharp. Tickets just $40. Come experience your taste of heaven right here on earth. Celebrate the heartbeat of Caribbean culture with Saturday Morning Runnings. Join us on Saturday at 10 a.m. on YouTube as we showcase the vibrant heritage of Jamaica and the wider Caribbean with 4 incredible women, Sherns, Max, Jackie, and yours truly, Lady D. From powerful stories to cultural traditions, we're bringing the flavor, rhythm, and excellence of the Caribbean straight to you. It's more than a show. It's a celebration of the roots and traditions that inspire and unite us. Subscribe to Voices with Lady D on YouTube and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn to stay connected. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. It's Saturday Morning Runnings. Come feel the vibes. Saturday Morning Runnings, where Caribbean heritage comes alive. Welcome to Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. I'm your host, Lady D Denise Gomez Green, inviting you to join me each week for real conversations, powerful stories, and uplifting perspectives that shine a light on voices from the community and the diaspora. Kick off your week with the Monday Drive from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Dive deep on Thursdays with Center Stage from 6 to 8 p.m. And ease into your weekend with Saturday Morning Runnings every Saturday at 10 a.m. Catch Voices with Lady D on YouTube, Caribbean Vibes Radio Network online and YouTube, and Fit FM 96.7 in Stuart Castle, Trelawney, Jamaica, or tune in on Linkage Radio online. So lock in, turn it up, and remember, every voice has power. This is Voices with Lady D.